name is Sean Smith. Welcome back to my fucking TV show where I talk about relatable shit. Sometimes though, but sometimes I talk about 2000s and time. Who loves to talk about it? That should look like they get the tea stirred up. I don't know. But today, I am going to talk about what a lot of people have been seeing arguing about. When is childhood? And I also been looking it up on Google. When is childhood? When exactly is childhood? When do it start? When do it end? Was the peak? When is all that? I'm going to tell you all that in this video. Because I don't see it nowhere on Google, or I don't see any other YouTube video defining childhood. I honestly don't. So, I mean, because no one ever thought of making a video on when is childhood. Because I feel like it should be, when does childhood start and when does it, like, I feel like the start of childhood should be somewhat like common, like knowledge. I feel like that should be universal known, but it's not, and I can understand that. And also the end of childhood, a lot of people debate on when does it end also, but a lot of people debating on now when does it start. I'm about to tell you when does it start, when is the peak, when is the end, when is in either in the teenage ism and all that shit in this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube videos so I know you're there, and let's get well into it. I'm about to just summarize childhood by each age group in this video for you today so you can understand what is childhood. Pay no mind to my noodle shirt that I'm wearing today. I want noodles so bad, but I'm not gonna eat them because I'm gonna wear the shit today. I'm gonna wear noodles so I don't eat them. Age birth to 12 months old. 0 to 12 months old, obviously that's an infant. That's an infant, a little baby, an infant. I mean, that's probably not what you want to hear today, but I'm breaking it down step by step, smallest by smallest, so we can really get into it. That's probably not what you want to hear, so I'm going to keep that real short. But after age 12 months old, age 1, you are now a toddler, I feel like. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Some people, that depended on when you learn how to walk. But I would say define ages 1, 2, 3, a toddler. Ages 1 to, like, ages 1 to your 3rd birthday is a toddler. 1 to 3, I feel like, is a toddler. I feel like that's when you're like your toddler stages. You haven't started school yet, so you're not yet a child. You're not yet in your childhood, because most of the time you probably won't remember, you know what I mean, when you're a toddler, ages 1 to 3. Now, once you hit turn 3 years old, I feel like, at least in my opinion, that is the start of childhood, your 3rd birthday. That is the first day of your childhood. Okay, you have now entered very early childhood. I feel like age 3 is childhood. Whenever you first start school, it's childhood. A lot of people say, I heard saying that childhood starts at 5 or 6. How the hell does childhood start at 5 or 6? What do you define ages 3, 4, and 5? Not childhood. That ain't a toddler. When you're 4 and 5 years old, you're not a toddler. You're a child. You're a child. You're in your childhood. I don't know how ages 4 and 5, some people say they're still a toddler. No. Like, by the age 4 and 5, 98% of people know how to walk by those ages, or are in school by ages 4 and 5. That's why I would say you're definitely in your childhood by ages 4 and 5. Childhood starts at 3. Or whenever your first, I say once you get, when your very first day in school, that's when you are now into your childhood. For me, I entered childhood at 3, because my mom, soon as I turned 3 years old, she got me the fuck out the house. When I go, she ain't want to deal with me. That's a whole story time right there. How I literally ran away from the bus. It took like 20 minutes for the people to get me on the bus. But that's another video. But yeah, I would say childhood starts at age 3. 3 to 5 is early childhood. Now we're about to get into peak childhood. In my opinion, peak childhood, and what I based all my 2000s babies videos that I did off of, basically, this is the scale I based all my 2000s videos off of. Ages 6 to 8. What year was it? 6 to 8. That's why I said early 2000s borns are late 2000s kids. You know, mid 2000s borns are early 2010s kids. Late 2000s borns are mid 2010s kids, and on and on. You know what I mean? But that's because I go by this scale. Peak childhood is ages 6 to 8 years old, not 6 to 10. I don't know how the hell is childhood 6 to 10 if childhood ends at 10. If childhood ends at around 10 or 11 years old, I gotta wait to this video. If childhood ends at around 10 or 11 years old, how the hell is peak childhood 6 to 10? Like, no. If think of it as amount. Like, usually the word peak The word peak refers to the peak, like usually the middle, usually in the center of center, the peak. That's like the center of center. Not even talking about what I'm talking about right now, like the peak. Take a mountain for example. This like is a mountain. This is like a mountain. The peak of the mountain is the very top, which is, I would say, the middle. The very middle of that mountain, I would say, is the peak, the top. Because you got to go up. That's the beginning of the mountain. That's to go up the elevation. You go up the mountain, the peak of the mountain, the middle of it, the middle, and then you go down. That's the end. So I don't know how the hell it's peak childhood 6 to 10 if it ends at around 10. So I would say, at least in my opinion, I don't know, you know what I mean? I would say childhood is peak childhood, center childhood is 6 to 8. Like that's what everybody thinks about when they think of childhood, or at least when I think of childhood, I think of when I was 7. That's like age 7 is like peak center of center. Like you're in the center of your childhood. You can't get more childhood than somebody who's 7 years old. Like you're in the dead center peak childhood that you are right now. Or somebody who's born in 2013, they're in their peak childhood right now. Celebrate. But that's why I would say peak childhood is. I would say ages 8 to 10 is late childhood. Just after peak childhood, I would say late childhood is now when you hit 8, you're kind of like, yeah, you're still in your peak, but like you're going towards your ending of your childhood when you 8, 9 years old. And then I feel like after age 10, you're a tween. I feel like after age 10, and the first day you go into middle school, childhood is just about it. That's a wrap for childhood. Childhood is gone. Childhood is over. You're now a preteen or a tween, as you would call it. Because I feel like your first day going into middle school, that's it for childhood. I wouldn't say someone who's in middle school is in their childhood at all. When I think childhood, I think playing with cars, ring around the rosy, hide and go seek. I feel like those are childhood. I feel like in middle school, nobody playing no hide and go seek and no damn cars. No, at least I wasn't when I was in middle school. I feel like no, like childhood ends at 10 or 11, somewhere around that. I feel like first day of middle school, 6th grade, that is official end of childhood, just about a wrap for childhood. You're now a preteen, teenager. I would say ages 10 through 13 is a tween, preteen. And when you hit 13, obviously now you are a teenager. 13 to 18 or 13 to 17. You know what I mean? What I'm about to say is probably a lot of people gonna disagree with me. But I'm going way forward. Like obviously 13 through 17 is a teenager. And I'll also, just let me put this out there. A lot of people say childhood is 3 to 18. Hell no. 13, I would not call, if that's the case, I'm in my childhood right now, making a video as a child. Like, technically, yes, I am a child. Technically, yes, you are a child into age 18. But childhood, there's a difference between a minor /child and somebody being in their childhood. There's a major difference. Those two are not the same thing. You being a child/minor, that means you're just under the age of 18. But you being in your childhood, that means you're a kid. You're like 7, 8 years old. You know what I mean? There's a difference, and it's not the same. So that's why I say childhood is 3 to 10, or 3 to 10 or 11. You know what I mean? So after 10, when you graduate elementary school, that's your graduating childhood, basically, essentially. That's basically what that is. When you graduate elementary school, that's your graduating childhood. That's it. Childhood is just about it, over for you, over and up, over and done, wrapped up for you. But a lot of people, what I'm about to say right now is probably going to be a very disagreeable thing. But in my opinion, once you hit 18, yes, you are technically a legal adult. You're now an adult. But in my opinion, I would say ages 18 to 21 is also still a teenager. I would say teenageism is between 13 to 21. I know you probably looking at the camera like, what? What the hell? I know. Not technically, but like I would say ages 18 to 21 is an adult/teen. I would even say as a 20-year-old, in society's eyes, is kind of still seen as a teenager. Like, yeah, you're technically an adult. You technically can sign shit and get people out of school. You can, and the only benefits you really get between ages 18, turning 18, is you get, if you ever do some shit, that gets you in a lot of trouble. You're not going to be taken in as an adult. Even though some states is as young as 16 can be taken in as an adult, but that's, you know what I mean. But you now consign shit. You're now a legal adult. You're no longer a minor at 18. But I feel like ages 18 through 21 is still like an adult / teen. Yes, even 20 years old. Even though you don't have that teen, I was still like you still looked as a teen. You still can't drink. It's still illegal for you to drink between ages 18 to 20. And it's still illegal for you to smoke. It's still illegal for you to go in a club. It's still illegal for you to gamble. You're still too young for all of that. So like that's why I say ages 18 to 21 is technically still like an adult teen. Still a teen. I feel like you are now officially full adult at age 21. Now you're legalized to drink, smoke, party, do what the fuck you gotta do, gamble up a storm, drink up a storm. Actually, don't drink up a storm. Don't do that. That's not good for you. Don't do that. Stay sober. Stay doing all that. But like age 21, I feel like you are now a legal motherfucker. You are now well into it now. Like you are that adult bit. You really is. You that bitch. You done made it. You really is made it. You know what I mean? But cause now you legal to do anything and everything. You can buy what the fuck you want, go in clubs, go in casinos, do what you gotta do at age 21. That's why I said age 18 to 20 is like still a teenager. At least like legally, yes, you are an adult, but like society will still see you as a teenager, and probably mentally, age 18 to 21 is still mentally you're still a teenager. Like. Yeah, adultism doesn't really hit until 21. So that's why I say I probably won't be feeling like an adult until I'm 21. So I still got 8 years left for that shit. But that's summary. I mean, that's summarizing. Then do I need to really get that deep? Do I need to find adult too? Like when you are going to adult, I would say adult is age 18 through 60, and then like after 65, you're an elder. Like, do I really need to get that deep? Ain't nobody care. I'm not gonna get that deep. If you want me to get that deep, I would, but I'm not. That's just about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed me summarizing childhood ages and pretty much growing up ages. You know what I mean? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel so I know you're there. Hope you enjoyed childhood. Let me know in the comments if you agree with this scale that I use in childhood. Let me know if you don't. I don't know how you can't though. Like, I mean, I don't understand how you can't. If you don't agree with me, yes, you can. You're allowed to not agree with me. But like, if you don't, how? Well, how? Like, it's simple. I feel like it's simple. It really is. Like, unless you're debating, like, when is this? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't. Like, I feel like that's simple. Like, childhood is 3 to 10. If you think childhood is 3 to 18 or 6 to 18, no, 10 and 11. How the hell is peak childhood 6 to 10? That don't make sense. Don't forget to also don't forget to follow me on TikTok. I've been very, very active on there lately. And also within the next following videos, you're gonna see a very drastic change to my hair. So follow me on TikTok to find out the latest updates on that. I let TikTok kind of pick out my... Well, follow me on TikTok at TrailSmith430 to find out what color to find out what drastic change I'm gonna do to my hair. But that's just about it for this video. I love you guys. Let me know what type of videos you want me to do and summarize. Because I'll do it. You know what I mean? That's just about it for this video. Love you guys, and see you next time.